Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into the real technical details of AV distribution.
We are.
We have the spec sheet for the PureLink UHD-120. It's a 1x2 HDMI distribution amplifier.
Right.
And our mission really is to figure out how this little box gives you a shortcut to managing, those big 4K signals without any issues.
Exactly. I mean, at its core, this thing has one very specific job.
Cool.
It takes one HDMI input, which is carrying a massive amount of data, and it splits it perfectly into two outputs.
But the key is the quality, right?
The key is guaranteeing absolute signal quality, and that's the part that gets really hard once you're not just using a short cable.
So that brings up the big question then. Why can't I just go online and buy one of those, $20 passive splitters?
Right.
What is this actually solving?
It's solving a physics problem, really. It's distance, it's signal degradation.
Okay.
A cheap splitter just makes a copy, a messy copy maybe. The UHD-120 has built-in equalization and reclocking.
Reclocking. Okay, break that down for me.
Think of it like a little traffic cop inside the box. It takes every single packet of video data, straightens it out, cleans up any noise.
And then sends it out again.
Then sends it out perfectly on time. It doesn't matter how messy that signal was when it got there. That's what you need for, uninterrupted video over any real distance.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It almost makes the plug-and-play simplicity feel like a bonus feature.
It is. The hard work is all happening under the hood.
Right, you don't have to think about it.
Exactly. Now, if we look at performance, it supports Ultra HD 4K.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, it lists 4K at 30 hertzes. And that's an important detail.
Some people might see 30 hertz as a limitation.
They might, but it's not a weakness. It's a design choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's prioritizing rock-solid stability for things like presentations or digital signage.
Where the frame rate isn't as critical as just having a signal that never ever drops.
Never drops. It's about reliability.
And this is where I think the high-stakes AV world kicks in. The compliance.
Yes.
It's HDMI 1.4, and crucially, it's HDCP compliant.
And if you don't have that, you just get
A black screen. Nothing.
a black screen. We've all been there. And that frustration, that black screen, is usually an issue with the connection handshake, the E-diode.
Right, the extended display identification data.
Yeah, that painful negotiation between devices.
Mhm.
This box just fixes it. It uses auto E-diode management.
So it tells the display exactly what to expect from the source.
Yeah.
Automatically.
Instantly. No handshake problems. Plus, if anything does go wrong, you have these little active LED indicators on the front to tell you what's happening.
So tying all this engineering together, the hardware itself feels serious.
It is.
It's an all-metal enclosure, black powder coat finish, and it's standard 19-inch rack mountable. That seems like a lot for a simple 1x2 splitter.
Well, again, it's not a consumer gadget. It's
Right.
infrastructure. The housing has to be stable to protect that precise processing inside.
That makes sense.
That's also why you see an RS-232 port on it.
Which is just for firmware updates.
Right. It's for firmware. It speaks to professional long-term serviceability. And that reliability is, it's literally quantified. The MTBF is 50,000 hours.
Mean time between failures, 50,000. Wow,
That's over 5.5 years of it running nonstop, 10 and 47. It proves it's built for commercial use where downtime costs real money.
So when you put it all together, the value of the UHD-120 is really just confidence.
That's the word.
It's built for signal quality and just total reliability, whether you're putting it in a boardroom or, a really high-end home theater.
And that confidence really comes from understanding all the invisible work happening inside the box, which it brings up a question for you listening at home.
Okay.
When you understand why reclocking and E-diode management are so critical in a device like this, it makes you wonder, what silent data processing is happening in every single cable you plug in right now? And how close are you to exceeding its limits before you even notice the picture starting to degrade? Something to think about.